As I told before, for journalists and for academics, it's very important to use the institutional sources in order to reinforce our position. Because if we see our personal opinion about the need to open Rafah crossing and the need to help the Palestinians, not to help, to be right with the international law. It is not enough for the international public opinion. Most of you are Arabs, but in this group we are some Europeans, and I'm sure the Europeans are going to agree with me. Most of the population in Europe and in America doesn't know anything about the history of the Palestinian conflict. Imagine, some people told me, Israel is a country 2,000 years old, and the Arabs wanted to take some land for build. I say, oh my God, Israel was created in 1948, and believe me, this question is a question made by people who are researchers in other disciplines, people very well educated, but they don't know anything about the situation. And this is the beginning of the misunderstanding. Then it's very important. In fact, at least in Spain, so many people is shocked to see what did the Antonio Guterres, because it's a very, very, very important speech, and is the proof of the black situation. It's very important, I think, even if this is the proof. International community needs a more stable and strong structure. Okay, as I told before, we need to speak about political situation in the future. But the fact that even the Secretary General of the United Nations asked in that way, so desperate, and still the bombs is on Gaza, people think something is going wrong in this world. Spain is considered, at least from my opinion, the most pro-Palestinian country in Europe for historical reasons. We are a country who are the mix of Arabs and Jews who were expelled, and we are the result of the Arabs and Jews who stay and converted to the Christianism. Then we are very sensible, and moreover, because we lived in dictatorship, and the only relation we had in the 50 and the 60 years were with the Arabs in the diplomatic way. So many Arabs, young people, came to Spain, and they were the ambassadors. So, for example, you can find Palestinians as a doctors, as a lawyers, as a, in your neighbor. And I think it was very important in the way Spanish people are looking at the Palestinians. In fact, also, we have a tradition of anti-Semitism in our history, and all this mix of factors makes us very, 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 very next to the Arabs in general. We feel like brothers and sisters of the Arab populations in general, because we are part. You can see in our faces we are part of the Arab. In fact, our culture is Arab. Our language is full of Arab words. Our way of life is very next to the Arab culture. But in Spain, who vote for the ceasefire, and beside Belgium is the country in Europe more active in the position in favor of Palestine. The fact of the declarations of the Antonio Guterres has been like a push of energy for the political for the politicians, because our president, for example, is the center of a very strong criticism from the right, because our position in front of Palestine. I think Spain is in the good position, because it's the only position as a human being that we can have at this specific moment. But it has been a very difficult political point. Then I think, even if at the moment it's not useful, the speech of Antonio Guterres, is important for reinforce the position of the politicians in Europe who are pushing for a real solution for Palestine. This is my personal point of view, and the feeling I have when I speak, for example, with the people next to Pedro Sanchez, no, because they are in a very difficult political situation for defending human rights in Palestine. But anyway. The speech from the United Nations is a very important help for them.